Hey, what's going on everyone? It's me, Juan, Carlito, Mendoza, and today you're going to be learning some groove construction. Alright, so this lesson is going to be short and sweet. So I always get questions about how do you construct grooves, and I'm going to give you a couple strategies on how to do that. Alright, so the first thing I do is I come up with a snare drum pattern. Alright, so I already wrote one down here, and the snare drum pattern is going to be this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you have your snare drum pattern, the next step is to add accents to that snare drum pattern. So this is what I did. So the first thing I did is I put an accent on the E of 1, and I also put an accent on the of 1. So something like this. 3, 4. Alright, so in beat 2, what we're going to do is we're going to accent just the first note of 2E, So it should sound something like this. 3, 4. So far beats 1 and 2 sound like this. 3, 4. Alright, so in beat 3, we're going to have 2E and again it's right, left, left, and we're going to accent just the first right hand. So we have this. 3, 4. So now let's put beats 1, 2, and 3 together. So it should sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, in beat 4 we have 4E, We're going to accent just beat 4, but notice beat 4 is going to have a B underneath it. That means both hands together. It's not going to be a flam, it's going to be a flat flam. So a flam, just in case, is open. But that's not what we're doing here. So what we're doing is we're playing both hands together, which is called a double stomp. As opposed to this. Those are flams. Double stomps. Okay, so now let's play beat 4. 1, 2, 3. So now let's put the whole hand pattern together just on the snare drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so now that we have our hand pattern solidified, now what we're going to do is we're going to split it up between the hi-hat and the snare drum. Notice anytime I do have an accent on the left hand on the snare drum, it's going to be a rim shot. Alright, so here's the whole pattern slowly split up. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next step is to actually add a bass drum pattern or some sort of foot pattern, okay? For me, I wanted to add both limbs. I wanted to add the right foot and the left foot. So I'm going to have bass drum notes and I'm going to have foot shakes on the left foot. So it's going to sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next step is to put everything together. So the whole hand pattern split up and add the bass drum pattern as well. So it should sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so to recap, the first thing you do is get a hand pattern first, all right? The hand pattern was this. The next step was to add accents within that snare drum pattern, which was this. The next step was to split the hands up using the same exact sticking and accents.
3, 4.
And the final step was to add a bass drum pattern. So our bass drum pattern, or foot ostinato in this case, once you have all that, then you put the whole thing together. So like this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So here's some additional tips. You can use this as a standalone groove, so it would just be the groove that you're going to play the whole time. Or you can use it as a variation to another groove, so something like this.
1, 2, 3.
Another tip is you can swing the whole pattern and it'll give it a whole different feel. So the same groove, and we're going to swing it, so check it out.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
All right, so now we'll play a funk groove that has a swing feel, and we'll add this on top of it. So it sounds something like this. All right, so here's another hand pattern. That way you can see that you can construct different grooves based off of just hand patterns.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, let's add accents to this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, now let's split the hands.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And the bass drum pattern or the foot ostinato would be this.
3, 4.
And the whole groove together.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, don't forget, you can also swing it.
3 and 4.
All right, so now you can combine the first and second groove together, and now you have a 2-bar groove based off of 2 hand patterns. So let's check this out. And again, don't forget you can swing it. Alright, so I hope you dug that drum lesson. For more lesson materials, you can check out carlitomendoza.com. And if you dig what you see on this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Alright guys, I'll see you next time.